So, with everything happening in the world right now and in the United States, they're concerned about swearing. And my name is Matthew, and I'm a concerned citizen. And I was watching CNN, or walking by the TV while CNN was playing, and they had Michael Smerconish doing his segment, which I've watched a few of his other ones, and I have to say, I don't always agree. In fact, most of the time I see them, I do not agree with his take. But I found this interesting. He was asking the question about, politics and right now politicians swearing, and how, in the past, we didn't have this being very prevalent. And I have to be honest, the fact that we were spending time on this and that we were polling on this annoyed me. And the reason for that is because there's so many terrible things happening in the world right now that this is where our focus is. This is what you choose out of the very limited amount of time that you have on air to discuss. So, why even ask this? Unless you're trying to, let's say, use some Democrats as an example, because there was the Minneapolis, individual, a politician, after the killing of individuals in his area by ICE, that he was like, get the F out to ICE. And that was a clip I knew that they were going to share. Now, they shared a few other ones, but I felt like that was the moment that really they wanted to focus on in regards to this question. Now, have politicians cussed more? Yes. But to tell you the truth, I feel like this question has not come up until you had individuals who were in opposition of Donald Trump and the extreme right, that this has come up as an issue. And it's very interesting because the side that they call weak snowflakes, all of a sudden when they start using cuss words, that's when everyone gets upset. That's when we have a segment about, have we gone too far in politics? I'm sorry, but swearing right now is the least of our concern. We've gone way past swearing. So, Donald Trump has said so many terrible things. No reaction in the past, right? I mean, a few people going, oh my God, this is uncalled for, but then they go, it's Donald Trump. That's what we've had to put up with. And this question is being asked at a time where the Epstein files are releasing very atrocious crimes and the implications of crimes against the rich and powerful, and showing how deep it goes. And this is not a partisan issue. This is a bipartisan issue that is impacting all Americans, and you get to see the class warfare that's happening right now in this country. You see ICE killing people. You see them attacking and villainizing immigrants. You see the attack against trans people, black people, Muslim people in this country, women. You see the voter manipulation story in Georgia by Elon Musk. You see tariffs, the ruling that's happened and how Trump has abused his power. The gerrymandering that is done by Republicans and then the counteraction done by Democrats. You have the electoral college issue that's eventually coming out, where we get our new census where blue states are losing population, so red states are going to gain more votes, and thus contribute towards in my opinion, the further destruction of this country by these crazed Republicans who show that they have no moral character and just bend to the will of Trump. But no, we want to focus about swearing. That's what we want to focus on. I feel like this story, and taking the airtime to even discuss it, is a complete distraction by what's important, and is a complete waste. Because I think, well, if you're asked like a person, like, should people be swearing right now? Like, is swearing bad? Oh, sure, yeah, it's bad. And a lot of people go, hey, it's not educated people that use it, but then there's plenty of stories that CNN has done in the past themselves that show, hey, swearing actually shows a sign of intelligence. So, I mean, I have to say, we've gotten to see and hear terrible things where nobody has said anything. And we have dealt with issues in this country of abuse, like I was talking about, of this government and this administration and the criminal activity, but we want to take the time to talk about swearing. In the poll, I think it said like around 93% of people said it's overused, swearing, and 7% saying it's underused. I wish we had the luxury that swearing was our largest issue, right? But we went past that, ignored that, and we got to this state of what we see is that a lot of powerful people ignoring crimes against young people, women, young boys, etc., abuse of the poor and the working class, the killing of people. Nobody cared. So I find this segment, this question, to be honest, insulting. Right now, the media should be focusing on all of these other stories and not wasting their time on, should politicians be swearing? Is it overused? How did we get here? Why is this a degradation of our modern day politics? What? Like, I don't know. Is it just me? Is it just me? I feel frustrated because I think if you're able to, take the time of judging other people and worry about swearing and, feel like everything is normal and everything is great, you're living in luxury. You are having, maybe you're trying to distract yourself. I'll give you that. I don't want to say everyone is lacking empathy, but I have to admit, there's a portion of this that has to do with lack of empathy and lack of morality, where people are just ignoring what's going on in this country. So, I don't know what's going on here. I guess maybe the drive-thru's backed up behind me. But we should be focusing on larger issues than this. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It made me so upset. We're focused on the wrong thing. That's why I find this whole swearing question a distraction. Because you could poll people and they go, is swearing too much? Yeah, I think that, it's too much. But if you were to ask another question, do you think our focus should be is on swearing, or do you think there's larger issues happening right now in the country than politicians swearing? And I imagine that whole... I'm sorry. Got a burp? Sorry. Gosh. That was disgusting. Excuse me. I apologize. I'm not sure if it was like a burp or a hiccup coming on. But it's terrible. I can't believe that this is what people are focused on. And a lot of people are just losing the fact of like what's happening with racism in this country. A lot of people deny it because that's not in their purview. And it just breaks my heart. And I talk to people who I interact with and I don't know. And as I get to talk to them, they open up about the experiences they're having about racism, about mistreatment, where they feel they need to be quiet, they can't speak out, and it's very real every day. And I think we have to acknowledge that. And the only way to change this is by standing up and admitting that this is real. And just so many crimes committed against young children and nobody's reacting, and just so many things that are more important than somebody swore. Okay, leave a comment, like, subscribe. I have quite a few videos that I hope to publish and put out there. Sometimes I go on a rant. I'm trying to work on maintaining my composure as I speak to all of you, but I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.